Welcome back to Melody Guitar Book 3. This book focuses on reading and playing melodies in standard music notation. You can watch all these videos for free, but it's going to be a lot easier to learn if you have your own book that you can read from and write in. Plus, you can help support a music teacher, so I'll leave a link in the description. We're on page 47. We have a swing duet version of Ain't We Got Fun. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. On page 47, we have number 97. This is a duet, Ain't We Got Fun. It's in 4/4 time. It's marked swing. Chord equals 126. It has one sharp in the key signature. If there's one sharp in the key signature, it can only be F sharp because the sharps only appear in order of the row of sharps. And if it's a one sharp, that F sharp, to find our major key, we take that F sharp, raise it a half step or one fret, find ourselves on a G, we're in the key of G major. Guitar 1 starts off with a rest, and then we have this figure, 1, 2, and 3, 4. So that's our rhythm there, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1. Now I just played that B as an open B on the second string because, well, that's where a B is. I like to play this at the 4th fret. You can play that same B note on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. And if you do that, then you're just one fret higher than you need to be to play the A sharp that's next to it. And as a bonus, you don't have to cross strings. To me, at least, it makes it a little technically easier. Moving on to the last measure of the first system, same rhythm, just different notes. We have 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1. 2, 3, 4. Make sure you're counting through those long notes because guitar 2 has stuff going on during that whole note. Moving on to the 1, 2, 3, 4th measure of the second line. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. That rhythm there again. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and rest. 2, 3, 4, rest. So those are F sharps right there because we have an F sharp in the key signature. Remember, it's not cheating to write reminders in your music, so if you forget to play F sharps in that measure, just go ahead and mark them in your music. In that third measure of the third system, if everybody's counting correctly, guitar 1 is playing 1 and 2 and on this F sharp, on the 1st string, and then on the 4th string, while guitar 2 is playing the same thing an octave down, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And then we have 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Beginning of the 4th system, this is just like the beginning. And just like the beginning, if you want, you can play that B either open or on the 4th fret of the 3rd string. So we have 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, just like the beginning. 2, 3, 4, rest. 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 2, 3, 4, and then now it's different. So let's talk about that. The second to last measure of the fifth system, we just have a little chromatic line here. In other words, fret by fret. We have an F sharp to a G, to a G sharp, to an A. So I do recommend playing that F sharp with your first finger, so you have one finger per note there. And our rhythm is 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And then we have an A, G natural. We do not need this natural sign in front of the G. That's just a courtesy accidental. We're using that because we just played a G sharp in the measure before, and that's just the composer's way of letting you know, hey, this is definitely a G natural, just letting you know. And then this is going to be an F sharp here, again, because the F sharp is in the key signature. So if you put those two measures together, 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and then our sixth system, or last system. So you can collapse your finger to play the D to the G, and our rhythm there is 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Again. And then again, you can play these Bs either open, second string, or you can play them on the third string, as I've been doing. So we have 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1. And again, watch out for that F sharp. We have an F sharp in the key signature. Guitar 1 plays the melody in this duet. Guitar 2 is more like a string bass part. Throughout this, we have a lot of quarter notes and quarter rests. Make sure you're muting on the rest. So we have 1, mute, 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 mute. Now a little line. Mute, mute, second system, mute. Little walk up here. Mute, 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 mute. Little walk up here. A to A sharp to B. Let's check that out. Beginning of the third system. Low G, G, A sharp first fret, to our B, to F sharp. Remember, we have F sharps in the key signature, so any F is going to be sharp unless it's marked otherwise. So B, rest, F sharp, rest. And as I mentioned with Guitar 1, third measure of the third system, Guitar 2 is playing the same thing Guitar 1 is, just an octave lower. Guitar 1 is playing F sharp to F sharp, first string to fourth string, and Guitar 2 is playing F sharp to F sharp as well, fourth string to sixth string, and a rhythm there, 1 and 2 and. And while for the most part, Guitar 1 and Guitar 2 have different rhythms in this duet, in the third measure of the third system, you both have the same rhythms. So that's going to be 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Again, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Then we go on. You have another F sharp and a rest, and a low F sharp and a rest. And then we have this B, B flat, A to A flat. Now the way you've been playing those so far is B on second fret, low B flat first fret, the low A would be open, and the low A flat would be fourth fret on the sixth string. And you can play it like that if you like, but I'm going to show you an alternate way that's a little easier. You can play this B up at the seventh fret. If you've been doing your minor pentatonic scales and blues and naming your sixth string notes, you know that's a B as well. And then you can play the B flat at the sixth fret. You can play the A at the fifth fret, A flat at the fourth fret, and then beginning the next line you play a G. So you just can run your finger down and play that little line there. As you get further and further into guitar, you'll find that you can play the same melody in multiple ways, and one of the challenges is to find the way that works best for you. Beginning of the fourth system, we just landed on that G, rest, D, rest, 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 again imitating a bass, rest, 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 little walk up here, rest, then we are a little more active here, now we're playing an octave unison with the Guitar 1 right there at the end of the fifth system. Guitar 1 is playing, you're playing, watch out for those F sharps. And that rhythm at the beginning of the sixth system, just like the guitar one, you're playing different notes for now, but same rhythm. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and then more string bass-ish parts. Rest, 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 and then rest. Your assignment is to practice both parts of Ain't We Got Fun on page 47, and as always, work on keeping a steady tempo by playing along with the video, or play to a metronome so you can choose your own tempo. And don't forget to order your own copy of Melody Guitar Book 3, I'll leave a link in the description. That was the last of the swing eighth note section. Next up, you're going to learn how to play half steps and whole steps moving across strings, and then you're going to learn some major scale forms.